An arrest warrant was given by a Chief Magistrate II from Wuse Zone 2 for them to arrest VERYDARKMAN by the EFCC. And EFCC, who had the opportunity as soon as VERYDARKMAN was exiting GT Bank, after he was held in the exit door, orchestrated the arrest right in the presence of VERYDARKMAN mom, bundled him, and of course an alleged friend with VERYDARKMAN CPAC, and he was taken into a bus or a car, whatever, and transported to their headquarters. It is quite obvious that many of us still do not understand what it means to stand on the side of truth. You don't have to like the person involved before you speak the truth. You don't have to be a fan of the person before you speak the truth. What is wrong is wrong. You do not make corrections to a wrong with another wrong. You do not justify a wrong because you don't like that person. That's where sentiments begin to evolve and take place. The commando style in which VERYDARKMAN was arrested is appalling. It's not something we should accept. It is diminishing. It is dehumanizing. It is something that should be abolished and not be celebrated, regardless of the fact of whether you like VERYDARKMAN or you don't like VERYDARKMAN. If they feel that VERYDARKMAN has a case with them, if they feel that VERYDARKMAN has some level of grunts with them, they know the proper thing to do to get VERYDARKMAN to appear before a competent court where those issues will be discussed. Because up to this very moment, we've never heard or seen that VERYDARKMAN has arms or ammunition and he went to rob or did something like that. So it means that whatever was said was because of statements given. The fact is, some people need to understand that you don't just give statements without having backing. And at the same time, people can come for you, whether you are right or whether you are wrong. But what we are discussing about is the pattern in which EFCC have orchestrated their desire to have VERYDARKMAN in their office. We've been told that they forcefully collected VERYDARKMAN's phone, forcefully collected the password from them. Maybe they are going through the phones. Maybe they are trying to faction or trying to bring out some allegations or some charges against VERYDARKMAN. Maybe by Monday, we might be surprised at the various charges that will be leveled against VERYDARKMAN. The truth is this: if we must stand for justice, there are some things we need to expect, and there are some things that we should not give room for. Oppression in this manner is something that is not acceptable. If there was a warrant that was given to the arrest of VERYDARKMAN, I believe that warrant could have been served. That warrant should have been given to VERYDARKMAN and peacefully led to the office. Easy, simple. But I'm very sure that the reason that this commando style was employed is because they didn't want people to know exactly who. Because as at this moment where this video was being made, or when this video was being made, we've not gotten a press release from EFCC. And if you know, when E-Money was also arrested, we didn't get a press release from EFCC. We're only surprised that the next day, E-Money came out and began to preach the goodwill of EFCC. So for a fact, it means that he was in the custody of EFCC. And now, once more, EFCC arresting VERYDARKMAN and refused to give a press briefing on what actually transpired and happened. Is this the kind of system that we appreciate in Nigeria? Is this the kind of pattern that we support in Nigeria? Even the military era, those of us who grew up during the time of Abacha, we didn't see things like this in this level and manner. They only did this to the elites, people who they felt were political competitors. It is surprising that even in a democratic regime, even in a regime that supports freedom of speech, even in a regime where people have the franchise to speak their will, I'm surprised that things like this can be done by an agency who say they are standing on the path of integrity. And yet, some microscopic set of persons are in support simply because they don't like VERYDARKMAN. Today, it is VERYDARKMAN. Tomorrow, it will be somebody else. I don't like when people go around telling people, oh, don't speak, don't speak. If you speak, it means that you are supporting the rattles. It means that you're supporting... No. We are speaking against injustice. An injustice to one is an injustice to all. Free VERYDARKMAN.
Sure? You try fight them, what happened?
They just bundle inside the car, so I just trick as with gun and everything. So my uncle for here, yeah. Shock.
They blindfold you, shock. The first one I collect my password
From their phone.
on their phone. Now they will come to cook up offense. We no exist. Just to justify the nonsense.